Hi, this is Jenny Naslund here, and for my last piece of evidence, I'm going to go through and show you the unit that I created in our personalized language arts course that our fourth grade team is creating. So I worked on Unit 4. You can see that for all of our units we have our learning targets there. And then in the unit, the kids would start by taking our pretest, and if you look at my last piece of evidence, you can see a more in-depth view of our pretest. Take our pretest to figure out which skills they need to work on. Based on that, our kids would fill out the learning plan. They would check the things that they need to work on based on what the results of the pretest are. And then once they had filled out their learning plan, then they'd be ready to get started on our different units of study. So for each unit, we have a skills folder, a genre folder, a writing folder, a grammar folder, and a word study folder. So the kids can choose to complete these in any order. We're going to give them 2 weeks to complete all of the things that are in these folders. And I'll just kind of click through them and show you. For this unit, we're focusing on fix-up monitoring strategies and then summarizing. And within each folder, they have different types of activities they can use to differentiate how they learn the material. So there's videos, they can take notes in their journal, there's PowerPoints, and the kids will choose the activities that they complete, and then they'll post the activities they complete in the discussion, and that's how we're tracking that they're actually doing the different activities. Then at the end, the kids will take a short, we call them like quick quiz, that practices those two skills. And even if a kid passes through on the pretest on both of these, let's say they pass through on the fix-up monitoring and the summarizing, every kid still has to take the quick quiz. And the reason that we have the kids do that is a way of double checking that they understood the skill in case they guessed right on the pretest. We want to have a double check, and that's our double check there. Another example, here's our genre folder. So they have the activities they have to do, or get to choose from, I should say. They don't have to do all of them. They get to pick which ones they want to do. They'll post here, and then again we have the required quick quiz at the end that they would complete. In writing, it works a little different. Every kid gets to do the writing. They might have a choice on how they present the writing, if we have them presented as a paper format or if they make a PowerPoint of it, or however, they might have a choice in that, but every kid has to do the writing because we feel that every kid can get better at writing based on where they're at. So this kind of takes them through the writing process and gives them lots of resources they can choose from. Then we have our grammar folder, same thing. The kids can go through, again, choose the activities that they want to complete to help them learn it. There is a required quiz that they'll take, and then same thing on contractions. They get to choose the activities that they want to use to complete it, and then take the quiz. Now, we expect with all of our quizzes that you've seen so far that kids get 100% on them. And if they don't get 100%, that means they didn't understand the concept, and so they can go back and try a different activity. And part of this going on behind the scenes is we're tracking which activities the kids are doing and how they're doing on them. And so if a kid tries 2 or 3 times and isn't passing it, that's a red flag to us that they're really not understanding that concept. And so we might pull small groups, work individually on those specific skills to get them to understand them and pass them, because they have to pass all of our quizzes with 100% accuracy before they can take our final test at the end of the unit. And then lastly, our word study, which is like our spelling, is broken up in a similar way as well. So those are all of our units. Once kids have completed all of the units, then they can take the final assessment, which again is broken down into the different units of study. And the kids have to pass the final test with at least an 85%. And our assumption is something we saw when we did our math course, is that when they have to get 100% on all of the quick quizzes along the way, we assume that they'll do pretty well on this final test. And if they don't, then it's a red flag that we need to go back and review with the kids. So that's a layout of the Unit 4 that I created.